Okay, I have a question, and maybe this is a stupid question, but that hasn't stopped me in the past from asking my questions. My question here. My brother was telling me about how in the gym, guys don't really approach girls, which, good. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me. Thank you. But so then, I was like, if we're supposed to approach guys, how do you know when a guy wants to be approached by a girl? Like, because girls, we'll give, like, the little ojitos, we'll give little signs. Like, it'll be like, we'll keep looking back. You're like, ah. But how do you know? Like, if you're a guy and you saw a pretty girl and you wanted her to talk to you because you don't want to talk to her, what do you do? Please let me know. That's what I'm curious about. Thank you.
I just think this is hilarious because it's like, everything's now flipped over. And so now women are having to understand what it's like when you're going and approaching a woman or trying to start up a conversation. And they're like, what do we do? And it's like, yeah, this is exactly what guys have had to been dealing with this entire time. So now they're actually starting to get a taste of what it's like. And the reality that's funny is, like, we don't do the same things, right? As different sexes, we operate differently. So women, they have all these subtle signs, and I think it's tied also to just like biology in terms of the way that we act in terms of interaction with each other. Guys aren't going to be doing all those little subtle signs, look over my shoulder and smile at you, or do, we're not going to do that kind of shit. So it's like, these women are going to have to learn basically just to go for it, I mean, you're going to have to go for it, or you're just going to stay single, I guess.
Like, you're trying to pursue me, right? But I'm just like, no. Oh, no. And then you keep trying. The woman likes it because she feels like she's wanted. So let's say I'm the woman and you're the guy that there's two guys approaching me, okay? So you're the handsome one, there's another one that's not as attractive. So for the one that I'm attracted to, I want you to pursue me, and I may say no a couple times, but I still want you to keep trying. But then there's another guy who's not that attractive who's pursuing me. I'm like, no, seriously, stop. Like, I don't want to. And he keeps trying. That guy's not gonna get anywhere.
Shit.
But if you keep trying,
But
eventually I'll give in.
But why? But I don't want to do that.
Basically, it's a complete gamble. You just throw the dice and just hope that you're the type of guy that she's attracted to. This is why, again, that so many guys don't really want to do this anymore, because just think about how much time and energy that takes, just to be going up, and then there's another guy who's might be more attractive, but she says no, but she really wants you to keep going. If you're the right guy, it's just like, bro, it's just too much work, man. It's too much work.
Is for the ladies who make fun of the men who approach them. You guys are ruining dating for the rest of the single women out there. If a guy approaches you and for whatever reason you're not interested, you should not be hopping on social media to make fun of the dude or blast him in any way. Responsible, immature, and childish. And most of all, it just makes you look stupid and bitter. As a dating coach for men, I see just how many men are no longer interested in approaching women because they're terrified of being put on blast on social. This should not be a fear of theirs, though it is a valid fear. If a guy approaches you and you're not interested, simply let him down easily and kindly and move on with your life. Because there are a ton of amazing single women out there who would just die to be approached by any one of these guys.
So I think the reality of the situation here is like, yes, this is good advice. Let the guy down nicely, but at the reality, women don't really give a shit, bro. They don't care about how you feel. When you approach them, if you're the wrong type of guy, they're not trying to make you feel good about it. They're insulted by you coming up and having the audacity to interrupt their day and being the wrong type of guy. Unless you are the guy that shows up, the Chad that they want, the perfect man, and they are basically happy with you approaching them because you're the right type of guy, then you basically just interrupted their day, and you basically just kind of, in a way, insulted them by coming up to them and not being attractive enough. So this lady's advice is, yeah, it's solid, it's true, but it's not really going to change anything, because women aren't just going to start letting guys down, nicely just so that guys, feel good about it. That's just not how it works.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of TikTok. I have a question for you guys. What the is going on with guys not approaching women anymore? Like, if I make eye contact with you and you're checking me out and you're staring at me for like 10 minutes, I don't know, maybe stop being creepy and come up and say hello? I don't know. food for thought. Like, why aren't you guys approaching women anymore? Like, I was at a bar and
shit.
everyone is in their own groups, not approaching strangers. Like, not one guy, not even just for me, not one guy went up to a girl and just started talking to her. It was so weird. And I'm like, how am I supposed to meet people? How are we supposed to meet people if y'all are just gonna be creeps with your camera phones and take pictures and stare but not say anything? Talk to us. We don't bite unless you ask.
Some guy just asked me out at the grocery store. And although I said no, obviously, because I'm not interested in a relationship at all right now, it was very sweet, you know? You gotta appreciate a man that's bold enough to come up to you, tell you he's seen you, and ask you out. I think that's so sweet. So women, if you are not interested in a guy, don't be mean about it. Simply say no, you know? Say you have a boyfriend or something. So, just throwing it out there. Guys, don't be afraid to approach us. Be bold. It'll win you points.
So there's just another example of a guy getting rejected. It's like 99% of the time, it's just like, it's not going to happen, right? Well, I mean, not literally 99% of the time, but you know what I mean. The majority of the time, the odds are against you. The odds are stacked against you of this working because everything has to line up just right. She has to be attracted to you. She can't be, you know, not wanting a relationship. She has to be single. She has to not be dealing with other guys. There's so many factors that go into you actually being successful with a cold approach that for a lot of guys, it's not even worth it. Yeah, there's guys who they don't have the confidence. They're afraid because of either getting rejected or of ending up on social media. But then there's the guys who just understand, look, yes, I'm not afraid of either of those things happening, but simply just I don't feel like playing a numbers game. I'm too busy working on my goals. I'm too busy working on my fitness. I'm too busy working, you know, on my business, on my career to literally take so much time out of my day to go and cold approach women when I know the majority of the time it's not even going to work. And so this is a big part of what's going on. Yeah, you've got the social media, the Me Too, harassment, all this crap. You've got the fear of rejection. Those are all part of the problem, yes. But then there's just the aspect of time wasted. Like this guy went out of his way to try to get her number. And she goes, oh no, it's not even that she didn't necessarily like the guy. She's just, I don't want a relationship right now. It's like, dude, I mean, this is not an effective use of your time. And so I think a lot of guys are just pulling back from doing this because it's literally just a waste of time. And then you have all the risks involved with it. Now, I mean, again, I always give it this caveat, which is like, if it's very clear the woman likes you, if she's giving you very clear signals, or you're hanging out, or you're near each other and you just start talking and things just happen organically, okay, cool. But forcing the cold approach interaction in most scenarios, I just see as being a waste of time, to be honest with you.
So I've been single for a while now, and everyone says you're not going to meet anyone just sitting at home. So I thought I'd go out for the evening. I got up, got dressed, walked around the Walmart for 2 hours in my best fleece sleep pants, and all I left with was a Netflix and chill with a half-baked Ben and Jerry.
From a guy's perspective, is it weird if a girl were to approach you and be like, hey, I think you're really attractive, like, my name is so-and-so? Because today, I seen these two gentlemen. They came in the coffee shop as I was working, and they were very attractive men, and we made eye contact and all of that, but I didn't know if, like, it would be weird if I went up to them and would have been like, hey, like, I think you're really cute. Like, is that, would you guys appreciate that? I don't know.
Why don't you try it and find out?
Women should be approaching men in this climate. Why? Because people and men tend to come off creepy when they're trying to initiate conversation with a woman that they're attracted to and interested in, right? And it's oftentimes uninvited and unwanted by women. So let's flip the script here, shall we? Let's have the women opening the door and approaching men, and then allowing them to pursue once that door and that invitation has been opened. Does that make sense to y'all? Because that just makes sense to me.
Basically, women have said, hey, we don't want you approaching us, blah, 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 sexual harassment, I'm going to put you on blast on social media. A lot of women don't like that anymore, okay? And it all depends on their mood. It depends on whether they're in a relationship. It depends on, whether they think you're attractive. There's so many factors that really kind of create this environment where it's like, again, like I said, it's not really worth the time. And so if women want this to happen, they're going to have to approach. But like we saw earlier, when you flip the script, it's not really ideal that way, because women have these sort of subtle body language and in different ways that they act to indicate that they're interested. And that's what a guy is supposed to do. The guy is supposed to be the pursuer. But the reality is that we can't do that anymore like we used to be able to in the same way, because of all these things that have happened and gone down. So we're in a really tough situation. You know, the dating market's pretty fucked right now. Our relationships, you know, the whole world is really struggling with all this. So it's pretty interesting to see all these people and their different takes, you know. But that's pretty much it for today. Let me know what you think down in the comments about this whole thing when it comes to approaching women, dating women, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.